Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and I am on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers. So definitely make sure you click that button below. Currently right now, I am in the process of trying to be helpful and give you guys tips as I learn with you all about embroidery, vinyl, anything that you guys need to do in regards to hopefully growing a successful business. I am very new at this and it is very small, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of helpful things through YouTube, and I also just want to share some knowledge that I'm personally learning from those videos and maybe pass those videos. So if you are interested, stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, so in today's video, we are actually going to be talking about 15-cent transfer vinyl, which I actually use TKO. Brand new to me, never heard about them before until I did see a YouTube video by Katrina. I do highly recommend checking her channel out. She is beyond helpful, especially for a small business and trying to earn some extra money. So I will go ahead and link her above if you guys want to also check her out. All right, so TKO, she does actually show you about the website and the perks of using them. So I'm actually going to show you the opposite end of going through their customer service and what my experience was like. I know she just posted a video about how to upload an image, so definitely check that out as well. I do not show you how to do that, but basically I am working with a small baseball youth team here, and they reached out and was like, hey, I want to have the sponsorships of the businesses put onto the back and use their personal logo rather than just a name. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, that's kind of a lot. I do use a Cricut, and to have to sit there and, 25 t-shirts, plus I'm doing, I think it's like 4 or 5 adult shirts. That is a lot. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try this website that Katrina recommended. And I'm going to give you full breakdown on exactly what I paid and what the outcome is like. So basically, I was provided all the logos, and I had to do a design of those logos, like how I wanted them to look on the back of the shirt. So once I've done that, I went ahead to TKO website, I uploaded my image. Now, one thing I do want to teach myself how to do is to upload that image in the specific size that I want. I did go ahead and pay the additional $10 just to have them size it to what I was requesting, which I will show you where we ended up getting a mess up, and you to avoid doing that in the future. All right, so here is the total cost for you guys. They do charge you, sorry, I'm just looking at my sheet, so bear with me. They do charge you a straight up $25 setup fee, right? That's understandable because they are doing screen printings and they are washing those screens every time a new order comes in. So for 25 bucks, you have a startup fee plus 15 cents per additional design that you do. So for me, I went ahead and I ordered 25 total designs, and then I also ended up paying the $10 for them to size the image correctly for me. So my grand total for that was $45.88. Of course, keep in mind shipping costs, which was $11. I did send them everything that I wanted. And then about maybe a day later, I got an email from them. It was from someone specific. It was not like a generic, thank you for purchasing with us. And basically they're like, hey, we received your order. Is this the image that you're wanting us to work on? Could you please confirm so we can process? Which I was like, oh wow, top notch. That's awesome. Cool. Well, what I ended up finding out, which this is where they were beyond helpful for me, is I actually ended up finding out that the baseball team I was working with left off one of the sponsorship logos. So I said, you know what? Let me just ask them. Worst case, they tell me no. I'll use my Cricut on that one logo and just deal with it kind of concept, right? So I messaged them. I'm like, listen, I'm so sorry. I uploaded over the weekend. We found out one sponsorship was missing. Could you please help me out? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Send me a copy of that logo that you are trying to get added and let me know exactly where you want it to be placed. And I was like, this is just too good to be true, but okay, awesome, thank you so much. So I did that. They sent it back to me, and they were basically like, here's option 1 and here's option 2. Please confirm which one you want, and then we'll go ahead and proceed with your order. this is where you guys have to be very, very careful, and this is where I personally did mess up. So I printed them off for you. So here's option 1, right? So here's option 1. Basically it's showing, hey, these are all your logos. You know, this is what it's gonna look like. Does this look good? And then this is option 2, right? Option 2, here are the logos. Does everything look good? Now, obviously when you look at them, right? Like this one looks like it's making everything just really long looking versus this one, everything just looks really crisp. And here's where I messed up because I was going off of the sheet size, right? Which it says 9 by 12 point, what is that? 7.5. So that's what I was thinking that the image size was going to be, like 12.7 inches, you know, long by 9 inches wide. And I was like, okay, perfect, awesome. Yeah, let's go with option 1 because I like that everything doesn't look, like I said, kind of long. Especially you can tell in the C right here, like how much longer it looks. Well, what you actually are supposed to be looking at is all the way down here at the very, very bottom. You can see where the sizings, right? So I requested this size, which is option 2, and this is what they offered as option 1. So I did not know that's where I was supposed to be looking. That was my screw up. So this morning I did reach out to them because of course I did take the image and I measured it and I'm like, okay, this is 10.7, I think it was 10.5 by like 5 inches. And I'm like, that wasn't even what I requested. So I called them, I spoke to the arts team. The lady called me back, she's like, listen, like, you know, we understand mistakes happen, but we did get final confirmation from you prior to working the order. And I'm like, but I don't understand because I requested these options. And she's like, well, if you look at the bottom of the sheet, you'll actually notice the, you know, width and height. And I was like, the bottom of the sheet? I was like, I was looking at the top of the sheet. She's like, yeah, I know, unfortunately, that's a common mistake. Well, you know, if it's a common mistake, maybe put that in the email. Hey, look for the measurements at the bottom of the attachment. I don't know. But again, live and learn moments. This is something that I don't want you guys to have to go through because they are going to show you different options. But basically, I did go ahead. I picked, the formula was activewear because these are going on more like sports type since it is for baseball. I did the 1 color option, which I went ahead and I did white. And then I went ahead, uploaded the image, gave them my size request, you know, boom. Well, they are actually located in Pompano's Beach, which is in the same state as me. So by the time I approved it and I received it, I think it was like I approved it Wednesday midday and I had it on my doorstep on Saturday. So that is beyond quick service, like beyond. And I did open it already, but basically it does come in a sheet like this with a copy of the image. Now you will notice that it is missing one of the logos just because, like I said, they did make a correction for me, which I was grateful for. They do have instructions on here where it says that your heat press needs to be between 300 and 325 and it needs to sit for at least 7 to 10 seconds before you peel, which needs to be a hot peel. So that is great. I do appreciate the little instructions that they include in here. And then actually just to see the physical sheets, these are the actual sheets that they send you. So I'm so sorry, I know it's like white on white, so it's very hard to see. But as you can see here now, right? So this is going to be what's facing down on the shirt. And then, you know, we're gonna get our final results. So I actually went ahead and I did heat press at least one of them on. I only did that because I wanted to make sure that, you know, the company was okay with the way that the image looked and I didn't have to, you know, I guess, figure out a second solution. So I'm gonna grab that shirt and I'm going to let you know my thoughts on it. All right, so I did heat press that shirt on. This is what the outcome did come like. Of course, you guys do see where there is a little bit of heat because it does have to sit for quite a while. But overall, it actually came out really good. And this is what it looks like on the back of the shirt, which I actually think it looks great. Again, keep in mind, like I said, I don't know if you can see it, but I definitely do. There is like a square box around it. from my heat press. Basically, I do spray it with a little bit of water and conditioner. At least that's what I've always done, and it seems to help. So this is still a little damp. So I don't know. I'm hoping that will eventually come out. Usually it always does, but this is a different material since this is a Sport Tech. So I'm crossing my fingers I didn't just ruin one image. But that was my actual experience with using them. Like I said, the pros, the cons, and hopefully that information is going to be helpful for you in growing your business. To be honest with you, for me doing this, I actually am making more profit on the back end because I did send that off to a third party to have done, which I do appreciate the videos being out there. They are very helpful. And so now really all that I'm doing is I'm just pressing and going with these shirts. So I'm really excited to see how all of them do eventually come out. Like I said, I want to wait to see how the outcome is on it. Hopefully that I didn't burn it, because like I said, it does have to be between 3 and 325, which I am keeping it on the 300-degree option. So yeah, hopefully that is very helpful for you guys. Of course, if you guys have any other tips, suggestions, let me know. If you guys know of a website maybe I can use to size my own image before I upload it, that would be also helpful too. I definitely am living and learning as I move along in this process. So I do appreciate you guys for watching. If you could, make sure to like, share, subscribe this video. Give it a thumbs up if you could. I do appreciate it. At least lets me know if you guys are enjoying this content and things that I am sharing with you. So I do appreciate it, and I will definitely see you on the next video. Bye, everyone. All right, so a couple things I do want to just mention before we end that video. I am getting a little frustrated, to be quite frank with you. I ended up boosting my temperature to 315, so more kind of in the middle between the 300 and 325. I'm noticing that I actually have to set the image for almost 15 minutes, or minutes, listen to me, oh my god, my house will catch fire, 15 seconds, and for some reason it's still not securing to the t-shirt, and I am getting kind of worried that I'm actually burning the shirts at this point. You probably have seen me kind of spray it. As you guys can see, like this outline, I am soaking the shirt at this point, and I'm still not sure if I'm gonna have any issues or not. So basically I'm gonna try this final shirt, and then at that point let these kind of sit. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be number 7. So I'm gonna try that one, let it sit, see what happens. But I'm actually letting it kind of cool down. It does say peel hot, but when I'm peeling it hot, it actually is ruining my letters on me, especially since I keep pulling from this side out, because these letters down here are a little bit thicker versus the ones on the left side for me. And I am peeling extremely slow. I'm keeping my hand as close to the image as pulling, just in case, you know, I need to stop what I'm doing and basically reheat it up. So yeah, I'm getting a little frustrated with that part, and so I guess I'm just learning. But see, this one had no issues, right? Other than the fact that you do see the ring, which again, this is what I'm concerned about. But basically, like, the S's are not like securing all the way, the L's not securing all the way, so I did bump up the temperature, and I am letting it sit a little bit and let it cool down before I start peeling away, because if I'm peeling too hot, that's when I keep noticing the big mess up. So I'm gonna try that technique out again for 315 temperature for 15 seconds, and let's see. I want to come back, right? So I don't want to end this just yet, but I do want to come back and see if these come out, because if not, I am totally screwed. So, let's see what happens. Hey guys, so I am actually in the middle of editing my video as we speak, and I completely forgot to end it. Basically, I did find better results when I did let the image sit for a few minutes, kind of let it cool down in between, like basically warm. That's the best way to explain it. So I ended up doing the temperature at 315. Once it was done for 10 seconds, I ended up bumping the seconds down a little bit. and then I just let it cool down, it did help tremendously. So definitely recommend doing that as an option. But in regards to the outline that I kept mentioning, unfortunately, that is not looking like it's coming out, especially after I did spray it with the water/conditioner. So I'm just really hoping that once I do like a full wash through, that does eventually move away just from, you know, the heat and the type of material that the shirt is. So once it like washes and dries and things like that. So I'm just crossing my fingers at that point. If there is issues that do arise that they don't like, then I'll address it at that time. But again, it is sport tech, so it is probably more than likely that specific material I am using that might be causing that outcome, why it's not usually just going away with the simple spray of water. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Make sure you do subscribe and click the thumbs up. I do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next video.